What's up, guys? Robert Upton Bodies. Now, is this you? Do you wake up in the morning? Do you get hungry? Do you have your breakfast? Most likely. Do you have some sort of cereal, toast? You might have a quick Nutri-Grain bar, these healthy bars. You might have a shake. Something like that. You usually wake up hungry, okay? A couple of hours later, you might have a mid-morning snack, banana, yogurt. A couple of hours later, it might be lunchtime. You might have a sandwich because you're hungry again. It's perfectly normal. That's your body's telling you what to do, saying hungry, eat. A couple of hours later, your good friend at work's brought in the birthday cake that from over the weekend, or they've done some home baking. Perfectly nice, thanks very much. But spread out along the work colleagues, you have a biscuit again, you might have a brew, you have some sugar in your brew. Okay? A couple of hours later, you might go home, tea time's come in, it's perfectly normal, you're in that sort of routine, you're hungry again, you eat, you stay up late, you might watch junk TV, you probably end up having some more junk. Okay, so what's going on here? Why are we getting hungry every couple of hours? Like, are we supposed to be like this? Most likely not. 2.5 plus million years ago, when we've evolved, we're supposed to go long periods of time without food. There'd be masses of periods of time where there's not food available, but we're built for that. That's what your body fat's there for, so your body can start to live off that. But if we're constantly feeding it with exogenous, so food from outside, not burning your body fat, then that's exactly what you're going to do, not burn your body fat. So, what is going on? Why are we hungry all the time? Why can't we stick to a diet? Why is it so hard? Why do we start a diet on Monday? Usually by Tuesday, Wednesday at the push, we probably cheated already. Like, what's this driving mechanism? I don't think we're just weak and low willpower as people. I think there's something else going on. And I think the main thing is that we're putting the wrong thing in the machine, which is changing the machine, which basically we're the machine. So we're putting a lot of sugar into the system, and we're causing us to be sugar burners when we should be fat burners. Okay, so why is this happening? First of all, there's sugar all around us. It's too easy to get hold of. It's so accessible, but we haven't evolved this way. 1.5 teaspoons of sugar maximum. They think that we had a day when we were evolving. So that's what our body's set up for. Over millions of years, this perfect, intricate system has evolved to be able to only handle that much at one time, and only want that much, only need that much. Okay, so when we're putting these massive amounts of carbohydrates in, so carbs is just sugar. Okay, so banana broken down into sugar, potato broken down into sugar, glucose before your cells can use it, which I've spoke of before, rice, pasta. Okay, so you should see that as the same as sugar. A lot of people are okay demonising sugar, which is like, yeah, the white stuff, it's bad. You should see complex carbohydrates as that as well. Okay, so even if it's bread, even wholemeal bread, even brown rice, okay, it's all broken down to sugar eventually before your cells can use it. So we've got this massive amount of sugar going into the system. Okay, so this is what's happening with blood glucose and insulin levels in the body. Okay, the blue line, it's all going up and down. We're eating, blood sugar spikes, insulin comes in, which is its job, pushes nutrients into cells, and you're left with this low blood sugar, sometimes lower than what it should have been in the first place. Up and down, up and down. We should have this nice steady line of blood sugar, okay? So that's probably what's happening when you're eating carbohydrates. Up and down, up and down, up and down all day long. Okay, so when it goes up, you've got a lot of sugar in your system, it drops down, insulin comes in, which is what it's there for. We don't want loads of blood sugar in the body. It can be harmful. So pushes it into cells. Problem is, then you're left with nothing, so you get hungry. So you're actually really hungry, which makes sense. Like, that's why we're eating every couple of hours. But we shouldn't be hungry. Because we're putting high amounts of sugar in the system. We're spiking insulin levels through the roof. It's there for its job. Fair enough. Pushes nutrients into cells. Stomach's getting bigger and bigger as we're eating. So when the stomach stretches, ghrelin, the hunger hormone, reduces. Okay, as it's going up, which tells the brain to stop eating. So we're full for a short amount of time because we're relying on this stomach mechanism. The problem is we can fit a lot in our stomachs, and we've trained it over a long period of time. Your stomach can stretch. As people know, go on a diet, left with this big empty stomach, can get hungry quite soon before it shrinks down. So that's normal. So instead of relying on the mechanism which are in place over millions of years of evolution, which is supposed to eat, if we eat protein and fat, cholecystokinin, which is a hormone released from the small intestine, when we eat fat and protein, that gets released, signals the brain, okay, you've had enough. So that's why high fat diets work really well, because you eat smaller amounts. You get this nice satiety signal, this stop eating signal saying, thanks pal, you've had some protein and fat. That's what our cells are made of. That's what we can use for energy efficiently. You can stop eating. Problem is, when we're eating high carb diet, we're relying on this stomach mechanism stretching. Your brain's saying, hold on, where's the protein? Where's the fat? Keep eating. So you have to eat a lot before you actually get sufficient amounts of protein and fat, which is what every cell is made of. So it's what your body wants. So that's a main reason why you eat a lot more on a high carbohydrate diet. You eat a lot less on a low carbohydrate diet, and you're fuller for longer. Okay, people that are on a high fat diet and that are fat adapted, which I'll speak of, they can go up to like 24 hours easily without eating again, because you're allowing access to your body fat, because they're set up for burning fat. People who eat carbs all the time, which probably from infancy, like we've always had the carbs in our diet, you've never been exposed to low carbohydrate way of eating, because Mr. Kellogg's has helped that magnificently, then there's too much sugar around us all the time. So when our blood sugar drops, we just want sugar again. We're used to it. We're not used to being able to access this body fat and use it efficiently. So our system, our machine is not set up to using fat. So that's why when people are sugar burners, they're not very good at burning fat, but they're really good at burning sugar. And a couple of hours later, you eat, after you've eaten, your blood sugar drops, you haven't eaten any protein, fat, right, eat again, I'm hungry. And it's just got this constant cycle, and it's just storage, and not burning fat, okay? So it's normal to eat. It's normal if you're on a high carbohydrate diet to eat. A couple of hours later, need a snack. Then you might have your dinner. Then you might need a snack later on. Evening meal, I need a snack. So if that's you, that's completely normal, and we know what's causing it, because you're on a high carbohydrate diet, which if you want to lose weight and be healthy, you're probably the wrong thing to do. Okay, so you're actually starving at a cellular level. Although you just ate, so you've just eaten, but your cells are actually craving protein and fat, and if you haven't provided with them, then they're going to send this hunger signal again. So you've got the hunger signal because you haven't eaten any protein and fat. You've got the hunger signal because you're relying on the stomach stretching mechanism, which soon starts to reduce and get hungry again, and your blood sugar is probably crashing lower than it was before you ate. Okay, so you're causing all these things. Your body's fighting against you. You're pushing it all in the wrong direction. Okay. High insulin, high blood sugar levels, and we want it nice and stable. Your body's trying to stay in homeostasis where it's nice and balanced. Okay, 4 to 4.5 grams of blood sugar in the blood at one time. Okay, so if you're a sugar burner, you can't burn fat. That's the main message. So what do we do to become a fat burner? Well, we need to expose ourselves to low carbohydrate diet for at least a couple of weeks. So I'd say 2 to 4 weeks is shown in the research that it takes this adaptation phase to become a fat burner. So we just need to upregulate enzymes, transporters across the brain to allow your body to basically utilize fat and be happy running off fat and access its own body fat. Okay, so it's basically changing your petrol engine for a diesel engine. Okay, we're changing fuel sources for the better. Then you can go longer periods of time without food. Then you're getting the hunger signal, the satiety signal, blocking your hunger from the CCK, cholecystokinin hormone. Okay, your stomach's not overstretching, shrinking. It's not going like this all the time. You're just eating what's necessary. So you don't even have to count calories if you do it. If you get really good at doing it, so you can eat. Your body just tells you when you're full, which is how we evolved. Like, we didn't have calorie counters. We didn't have MyFitnessPal macronutrient counters. We didn't even know that much. All we did, we ate when we were hungry and we stopped eating when we were full. That's the way that your body can run if you get used to being a fat burner. Okay, so 2 to 4 weeks. Allow for this groggy sort of low carb keto flu that they call it phase. It's completely normal. I've done previous videos on side effects and negative initial parts of going on a low carb diet. Okay, completely normal, and you just need to push through that initial bit. Low energy, but when you cross over that adaptation phase, then your energy should be really high. You've got access to all this body fat. You can go longer without eating. You end up eating less. You lose weight. You're healthier, and it all just goes in the right direction. Okay, so the main message is, if you're always hungry all the time and you're wanting to lose weight and you're wanting a nice, simple way of doing it and healthy and how our body's supposed to run without having to eat every couple of hours, then drop your carbs. 2 to 4 weeks, low carb, and also you can these people that are fat adapted can exercise really well. So if you're exercising and then like you feel like you're knackered, you need like a Lucozade, you need a banana after training, then you're probably a sugar burner, okay? Whereas people can train in like a fasted state and run off body fat really well. They can train for longer, and then once they finish training, they're not starving straight away. They're not hungry because your body can allow it. You're allowing access to your body fats. You're keeping insulin levels low. You've become a fat burner, and that's great. Okay, so hope this helps. Can be a bit complicated subject, but hopefully I've got through to a few people and it does actually make sense. Any questions, as always, pop in the comments below, or if it's something personal you don't want everyone to see, private message me and we can have a chat, okay? So become a fat burner, get rid of being a sugar burner, and you'll do well. Cheers, guys.